Alrighty, YouTube. So obviously we have the EIN character, EIN here, right? But we also got the reruns for both Summer Helm and Summer Anise. And in this video, we're going to be talking about if you should be summoning for obviously Summer Anise or Summer Helm before EINs, or if you should skip both of them and all that stuff. We're going to talk about all that good stuff right now, right? Yeah. So obviously when it comes to these two characters, they are limited characters. So you have 20 days to pull them. If you do not want to get them now, you would have to wait a whole year again to get them. And even still, that would be a stretch, because it's like now we know next year they're gonna have to rerun these two characters, right? The Rosanna and Sakura. So I don't know if it's safe to say that we're gonna get reruns for Anise and Helm again next year. I don't know, but obviously let's talk about the characters now. Summer Anise is probably the character you want to get. I'm telling you right now, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it, bro. If you do not have Summer Anise on your account, please summon for her. That it's just that simple. Don't worry about my headphones, y'all. If you do not have Summer Anise, please, for the love of God, get this character. She's really freaking good just for electric code characters in general, which includes the new EIN. And you guys will see the showcase already. By the time this video comes out, the EIN showcase is out. She was hitting as hard as Scarlet with less investments. So it's like, you guys could quite see. Obviously, Summer Anise is on the team supporting both of them because she's an electric code, buffing up electric code allies. But not only that, she's just insanely strong as well, right? When the last bullet hits, affects 2 enemy units with the highest attack, she deals 382% of final attack as damage. That's a bit much. On top of obviously her burst skill lowering her ammo capacity, so you have a better chance of reaching that last bullet status. Her reload speed is increased heavily through her burst skill and her first skill. And then if you're fighting enemies where she's type advantage against, which would be water, guess what? She's doing even more damage. So Summer Anise is a supporter character who just does too much damage for no freaking reason. Not only that, if you're wondering, Zxous, but I don't have her best partner. Yes, you do, because her best partner is Privity, the free-to-play character you get from the day-by-day event, right? Everybody has access to Privity. If you're a new player, like you started today, you will get access to this character free. This character here is free, and the reason why she's so good with Summer Anise is because she's basically Summer Anise, but just to everybody rather than just electric code allies as well, right? She gives an attack buff, a reload speed buff, and then lowers max ammo capacity as well. That goes to Summer Anise as well, which helps Summer Anise get the last bullet off instantly. So she's now reloading at god speed, light speed, and then she's also now freaking just doing big damage and reloading and then hitting the last bullet only, because so much ammo got like decreased, right? 70% and 50%, you're down to 1. So it's just how it is, right? Didn't day by day event end? It ended for you, but day by day event, it doesn't end for anybody who starts an account. Like, everybody has access to this character no matter when they start the game, right? So when it comes to that character, Summer Anise, I would say definitely get this character. It's just that simple. If you do not have this character, there should be no reason why you're summoning on EIN if you can get her through the wish list. You cannot get Summer Anise. This is her first time ever rerunning. Everybody was miserable from when she dropped and after her banner left all the way until now, right? People just kept on complaining because they did not have access to Summer Anise. So I would say 1,000,000% get her. Now, as for Helm, the other character on the banner here, right? Let me just go to her banner here, right? This character right here. She is a okay character. I wouldn't say she's anything too crazy. She does have a crazy effect, obviously, which is cooldown reduction, right? I think CDR is great for anybody. So if you do need a burst 2 with cooldown reduction, there aren't many, right? The only one that comes to mind is like Dala, realistically, for burst 2. So if you want for just the cooldown reduction, I would say go ahead and get her for those reasons, right? Other than that, the only other reason I can see is that you would want damage taken by 25% permanently on an electric code boss. I find that to be quite helpful as well. But other than that, I wouldn't really necessarily recommend getting her unless you're a collector as well. But if you're a collector, you don't need to ask me if you should summon or not, right? It's just that simple. Cooldown reduction is very, very helpful in this game for a lot of content, and then having multiple different teams. So I would say this right here is more than enough for you to actually go ahead and get one copy of her. But if you want more of a reason, then I would say the permanent 25% damage taken debuff on electric code bosses, right? It's realistically electric code enemies, but because it's a random effect, you're just better off using her against bosses. In terms of her DPS, because she is a DPS burst 2 character, her damage isn't that crazy. So I wouldn't really recommend getting her for a DPS burst 2 character, but other than that, I would say you should get her. I would say definitely go ahead and snag her for that reason as well. So your priority realistically should be Summer Anise, then Helm if you wish, and then I would say EIN, right? I would say EIN might be... Now, I'm not going to say EIN is better than Summer Anise, because remember, even if she does hit harder than Summer Anise, EIN is a character you can get on the wish list as well, right? I hate using that because it's like a wish list doesn't guarantee you jack, right? It just means that you can get her later. Summer Anise is a character you cannot, plus Summer Anise is supporting electric code allies, right? She's doing more than just damage, she's supporting as well. EIN is just doing damage. So when you have someone who does insane damage and supports all electric code characters, which is also towards your EIN or your Scarlet or your Guillotine or whoever it is, it's like you might as well go ahead and catch that character, right? So this is clearly the main prize of this entire summer update, right? I would say she's still better than Rosanna, would say she's still better than Sakura, would say she's better than all the reruns. Is she better than EIN? I personally would say she is still, only because she supports electric code allies and does damage as well, right? Now, when we were doing the damage comparison to my Summer Anise here and the EIN was not as invested as my Summer Anise, and she was hitting pretty hard. Remind you, EIN was hitting as hard as Scarlet, and Scarlet had full Pilgrim gear on, so that's quite impressive from that character. But other than that, I mean, EIN is just a DPS that you can get anytime, so it's like you don't have to worry about her today, right? This character you should worry about today. The other character, Helm, is like, it's really up to you, but Anise is where it's at. I would 1,000,000% say. Is there a better partner for her? I wouldn't really, like, she's not like a character who requires another partner or anything like that, right? Wait, what does this show for Summer Anise here? Does this show her whip privity? Right? It does, right? So usually it shows them with like their best partner, right? Obviously Helm is there because she was a rerun, and then first it showed her with privity. You're gonna run her with privity. When it comes to Helm here, they show her with anchor, anchoring her from the save squad. You're not gonna run her with anchor, obviously, but yeah, Summer Anise is who you want to go for. Helm second if you wish. If you don't want to, then go for EIN. I would say EIN is that good of a character where you want to summon for her. If you're wondering, is EIN worth? Yes, EIN is worth it. This character does do damage. She is worth it 1,000,000,000%. She's a hard-hitting character. Chat, she was just on par with Scarlet. Ask yourself if Scarlet is worth it. This character might be, and imagine her in PvP. Right? Imagine her in PvP. We're gonna try that right now, actually. But let's see, bro. Hey, I would say go ahead and summon for these characters, and based on what I told you guys. It's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Peace.